Hey, Natsu here. Today I'm going to do What If Deku was a Saiyan, Part 1. In the last part, I explained how he got there, how the Kai was there, how Kami was there. I explained how Deku's going to get a lot stronger extremely fast. In like the middle of the video, I gave an approximative power for them. Well, for Izuku and All Might. So All Might. In the last video, I said that Izuku was going to get all for all, but that he wanted to wait. All Might and Izuku decided that, okay, I'm going to give it to you the day before the entrance exam, but for now we train. So they trained a lot during the 10 months. Like, All Might talked with the school, and one day out of the week, Izuku and him trained all day. So, like, instead of starting school Monday every week, he started the day after that. Because Monday he trains like hell with All Might for an entire year in the time chamber, since neither of them need to eat or need to sleep or even take damage in there. The moment they get hurt, it heals, so Izuku's getting a lot stronger from that. So yeah, at the end of the 10 months of training, the day before the entrance exam, both of them got really over fucking power compared to in the original. All Might was in his prime. He had the injury, but the Kai healed it, so he doesn't have it at all. So he doesn't have a time limit. He was at full strength, and now he trained for so freaking long in a place that basically he can train forever. Hell, they could stay in there for millennia and come out later the same age as they did when they entered, but a lot more powerful, and outside, well, nobody knows them since so long. So yeah, during the 10 months they trained so freaking much that in the last part I said All Might was about 2000 and Izuku was just under 400. Yeah, before All Might gave the one for all to Izuku, All Might was about a 6,000 or 7,000, probably even more than that. So he's way too strong for this world now. But Deku, because of the way Saiyans grow and become stronger than the one who they train with, Izuku's, after a really long time, actually no, not 6,000, since they trained so freaking long. In 10 months you have so about 4 months, about 4 weeks per month. One day out of those, they passed in an entire year, and every night they just train normally. Hell, All Might would be about at least because I just kind of thought about that, I need to make those calculations. I just thought about normal training without the time chamber when I made the calcul. All Might would almost be at a freaking... Well, since the strength augments gradually and always becomes stronger and stronger, faster and faster, he'd probably be actually at somewhere between 200,000 and 400,000 with the freaking sheer amount of years they've spent in there. Like, literally, I'm pretty sure they spend more than 100 years in there. Yes, they only train together, and All Might a lot of time doesn't really help that much since he still has to go do hero work, so Izuku's training alone. Izuku's still under All Might. Yeah, All Might is now capable of literally flicking anyone to the ground, even All For One would die in one hit. So now basically, even in his... Literally All Might trained in his skinny form for a while, and basically now his normal body looks like when he's in buffed form. So he doesn't even need to use One For All now. His body's already buffed as hell. His strength is through the roof. Gran Torino doesn't even know about that. He just knows that Toshinori was training with the next successor. But literally after Izuku, nobody's going to be able to actually even get One For All, since they're too freaking powerful now. I just thought about that. Because of what I did, they're too strong. This is going to be a freaking hell of a what if. Because Izuku, thanks to all of the training he did, is about like a 300,000 or something. When, like, the person closest to All Might's strength in the hero was Endeavor, and I would only place him at like 1,080, something like that. Nobody's going to be able to even get close to them. There's no way for them to lose. Don't worry, anyway, I'm going to make sure that power levels are going to be needed. Well, not power level, but they're going to still struggle with things. The reason for them going to have that is because I'm going to say that there are going to be people who were from the other universe. Well, no. Let's say this universe is actually like something that over time, every universe, part of them were kind of sent to this one. It's kind of like everything that disappeared just out of nowhere from those places without being destroyed or killed basically goes there, like a lot of wormholes and stuff. So that's basically it. So there are going to be a lot of powerful enemies for them, because in this one I'll make it so that a lot of villains decided to stay hidden. Nobody even knows about them, because like they're aliens and waiting, and they started sensing that huge amount of power coming, going when they were training out of the time chamber, since they are hiding their power level normally to not kind of knock out anyone. All Might did give Deku one for all. His body is capable of using it at 100%, no freaking problem. So, yeah. Now, let's go to... I'm still just thinking about that. I did a freaking mistake giving them the ability to just go in and out of the time chamber whenever they freaking want. They're too strong now. I made a mistake. But yeah, too late. I did it. Basically, nobody can touch them. It's still going to be fun, since I'm going to add villains from the main timeline. Like, Frieza will go to that place because he heard that a group of Saiyan escaped. The wormhole is still there, so he's going to go through it. So yeah, Frieza is going to be there. Cell is going to be there because let's say that someone in this world capable of manipulating DNA saw how strong All Might was and tried to make a clone by using his DNA, the DNA of villains, heroes, and stuff. So yeah, there's going to be villains for them. Don't worry about that. But they're still just too freaking powerful. Anyway, they won't be the only one using the time chamber anyway, so yeah. That's not spoiler, that's literally just kind of, you should know it. Since Izuku is, well, going to be like his normal anime self and try to help everyone else. So, the class might get into the time chamber in a while, with Deku staying outside after Deku used the wish. Well, 3 wishes. So, yeah. When he gets to the entrance exam, in the time chamber he studied a lot. So basically, well, he's practically as knowledgeable, well no, even more knowledgeable than Nezu. So he has intelligence. So he did a 100% on the test. Hell no, let's say there were bonus questions, and he did all of that too, so he got like 120% for all of those. Which Izuku just kind of did them anyway. When they are in front of Present Mike while he's doing the speech, stuff happens the same. He explains it. Then Izuku being really freaking happy because he's thinking that it might be a challenge. He's basically wagging his tail like crazy, which is making a whipping sound. So Ida stops the thing. He tells President Mike that he's missing a robot, and then he asks Deku to please stop wagging your tail, which Deku kind of didn't realize. Then stops. Then President Mike explains the robot, and then they go. Bakugo knows that Deku's strong, but he doesn't know how strong. Since for the 10 months, he decided to tell Deku that he doesn't want to train with him, he wants to make new moves, while Deku was actually going to ask him if he wanted to come train with him in All Might. So Bakugo kind of missed a massive chance of getting stronger in that part. He'll get stronger, don't worry. So, yeah. When the exam starts, basically Deku just kind of fly past everyone, even Ida, in less than a second. And basically blow up the whole, every robot that were in the streets in front of him. And then he flies up and starts just blasting every robot that's in the city. Basically getting over 200 points in less than 30 seconds. Then looking around and stopping and just saying, yeah, I should be okay with that. And just kind of goes in the middle and sits down and just waits to help people if they're in danger or stuff like that. Basically, Ida was just like, oh shit, okay, no, he's not someone to mess with. Like, nobody knows that he's with All Might, except Bakugo. So, yeah, over time, Deku saves people from robots, falling debris. At some point, let's say someone almost destroyed a piece of a building and it was falling on him, and Deku just kind of picked it up with one hand and was like, be careful there, you don't want it to crush you. And continues doing that for the rest of the time. Then they see the 0 point arrive, everyone starts running. Deku, before Uraraka, scream help. He already saw her and basically was already picking the rubble off of her. And then he looked at the robot and basically sent a massive key blast that broke it completely. Then he brought Choco to the recovery girl and the exam finished. She was about to tell him thank you when Deku looked at his watch and said, I have to go, sorry. Hope to see you again. And he leaves. So, during the time that this happens, All for One, he is meeting up with someone new. This is the guy that can manipulate DNA, like copy it, mix it with others, and continue like that. And basically, he tells All for One that he wants to help him take out All Might, but that to do that, he'll need to be able to get close to him. Or at least someone that could get close enough to take a piece of his DNA. So, All for One doesn't tell him that he cannot take the power from All Might, because he wants to see where this is going. So, yeah. All for One has a new ally. So, later, back at his house, All Might, like the next day, All Might comes to his house, knocks on the door, and basically tell Izuku that he's in. Normally, it would have to wait before he knew it, but the director basically told All Might that since he's kind of your nephew and that we already know the answer, just go tell him, it's going to be faster. So basically Izuku already knows. Then All Might asked him, did he use one for all? And Izuku said, well, not in the exam, but in the morning before the exam I went to the time chamber to see how strong I was with it, and I don't think I can use it. All Might looks at him and says, what do you mean? Your body should be more than strong enough. And then Izuku says, you don't get it. Nobody's going to survive that. I'm too strong. Your power on top of mine is not just capable of destroying stuff. I'm pretty sure if I didn't do what I did in the time chamber, I wouldn't be able to come out of there. Which All Might asked him what did he do, and Izuku said, I flew up for like 2 days before actually using it. And the wind pressure broke so much things that I could see in the far reach of it. When I went there, I didn't just break the ground. It was like I completely it's like I almost used a nuke on it. My power is too big with this. Basically what's happening is that literally One for All is adding the strength of the previous user to the strength of the one who has it. So basically their body needs to be ready to take all that. The thing is that Izuku has a body that's basically the same strength as All Might. All Might has the same strength as All Might without him using One for All. And his One for All is way fucking weaker than the one that Izuku has. Like, basically, since you add the strength of All Might in it, you have the fucking power of two people who are basically at power levels of 300,000. And Izuku is later going to get the quirks of the past users. Like, he's actually going to get one later in this part, because basically Izuku says that he's going to train for the next week in the time chamber, just because, well, he doesn't have anything to do outside of it. Which All Might decided to tell him, okay, but I'm staying outside because now, since I gave you the power, I'm going to lose mine pretty fast. And then he just thinks, wait, I don't even need it anymore. I can come. Then Izuku tells him, yeah, but every time you come in the time chamber for more than a day, villains start kind of acting up and you have to go there directly to attack them. So I think it's better if you stay out. Which All Might says, yeah, true. Only one of us at the time so that the other can actually do it and stop it. Since Izuku's buff, like, he basically has the same muscle definition as Goku, while being a fucking 14-year-old child. Well, he's not truly 14 years old, since he almost passed already a full 100 and something years in there. So, yeah. Izuku passed 7 years in it before then going to UA. And while he was in it, he started During a punch, he decided to try and use one for all, but only a small, very freaking small portion. And when he threw his punch, there were black tendrils that got out of his arm. So basically, Izuku was like, okay, so if I use one for all, I can basically do a nuke, but if I use it right, I can just make black electricity that can grab all stuff. So Izuku now knows about that. He just thinks maybe it's another quirk that I had that just kind of got boosted thanks to One for All. Later he asked All Might, and All Might was like, wait, that's the power of one of the previous users. So, yeah. Well, actually, no. During the 7 days, Nana came and met Izuku, explained him what was happening, what was going to happen, and she tells him that the way he trains is so different than anyone else that he won't be able to give One for All afterwards to anyone else. He's basically going to have to be the last user, because if he continues like this, well, he's already too strong for anyone to get it. So unless he has a kid that's as powerful as him and just continue passing it down in his own family, there's not going to be anyone capable of using this quirk anymore. So yeah, Izuku explained that to All Might, explained what happened, explained that he's going to get quirks, well, more quirks, since the guy didn't tell them that he was... No, he knows he's an alien, because Kami explained what he was and who he was, and then explained to Izuku what he was, which is a Saiyan. So, yeah, Izuku knows that if he wants to pass it down now, he'll have to have a kid to pass it down. It's the only way for him to pass it down to someone else. Or to have someone able to train just like him in the time chamber forever. So yeah. Because let's say since Izuku still had to go to school, the reason All Might was still stronger than him was basically that he, during the time he wasn't on patrol or with Izuku, he was in the time chamber training to stay stronger than him. So he basically passed like 4 times what Izuku passed in the time chamber, just to stay over his strength. And even then he's like, yeah, that kid's too strong. He's catching up to me with 4 times less training. And I have to give him One for All. So yeah, when the school starts, Aizawa knows that Izuku is basically All Might's nephew. When everything happens, Ochako tells Deku thank you. Stuff happens, everyone talks. And then later, Aizawa arrives. Same thing as in the anime, he tells everyone to put their clothes on, gym clothes on, and to meet him in the in the back of the school. So everyone gets there. Well, while they're changing, they literally see how much fucking muscle is on Deku. Bakugo tells him, "How the hell did you get so strong during the 10 months? You're overpowered at this point. Look at your muscles." Which Deku tells him, "Yeah, well, you could have trained with me during the 10 months, but you told me that you wanted to train alone. So, yeah." He basically tells him and everyone, if one day you want to train, I could help you with that. So, yeah. He doesn't explain them the thing yet. So, when they come out, the girls literally look at Deku like, "Holy shit, what the hell is it with that muscle?" Then Aizawa tells, "Hey, Izuku, come here. I want you to throw this ball." He arrives at it and then he says, "Please throw it as strong as you can. Your uncle told me that you're already as strong as him, even though he got stronger in the last year." Everyone says, "Wait, uncle? Who?" Then Izuku and Bakugo look at each other and basically says at the same time, "It's All Might." Which everyone basically just kind of looks at him and says, "Your uncle is All Might? That explains why you're strong." Then Aizawa tells him, yeah, throw the ball now." And Izuku basically just thinks, "You know what? I'm gonna show them the full strength. With everything. With one for all." He goes full freaking Cowling. The electricity's going all around him. Throws it so freaking strong that basically the wind pressure that is created from the throw basically pushed everyone to the wall. The only one that didn't get thrown to the wall was basically Bakugo, because he just saw that and was like, "Oh shit, I have to run." With Aizawa doing the same thing. So basically, he sent it to outer space. Like, ciao. And he says, "Okay, yeah, you're too strong for this." He says, "What was your best throw in middle school?" He said, "Well, about 3 or 4 kilometers." Which, just by that, everyone was like, "What the hell? He's too strong." Which then everyone else starts doing the other stuff. Basically, Deku gets first in everything. Speed, he has it. He can fly, so infinite amount of distance. He crushed the grip test. Side to side, he basically flies so fast from one side to the other that, yeah, it counts faster than Mineta. So basically, his first place in everything. Bakugo got stronger than in the original, which is pretty impressive. And Shoto is also stronger than the original. But that's only because his father saw that All Might was getting stronger and basically pushed himself and Shoto to go all fucking beyond possible, which made Shoto even worse in terms of emotion. So yeah, I saw what it didn't expel anyone. All Might saw everything as well and was fucking impressed by that. And I'm going to end it here because I've been talking for 35 minutes and I have to go back home. So yeah, this was part 1 of What If Deku Was a Saiyan, which is fucking OP. Part 1. Natsu,